Hi, I'm Joe, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make art using coding. So let's go. First of all, you need to go to rpf.io/scratch-new in a web browser of your choice. I'm going to be using Chrome. Once you've gone to that, you're going to get this web page. This is Scratch on the internet. This allows you to code really easily by dragging and dropping different components in. Before we get started, we're going to need to add another module that allows us to actually draw. So we're going to go to the bottom left-hand corner, and we're going to click Add Extension. Here we're going to grab the pen extension. That will enable it adding these new options to the sidebar. Before we start coding, we're going to need to make ourselves some variables. So we're going to go to the orange Variables tab, and at the top we're going to click Make Variable. Our first variable is going to be called steps. Our second variable is going to be called degrees. And our third variable is going to be called increase. Now, we're going to use those in just a minute. Now we've got our variables made, what we're going to do is we're going to start our coding. And we're going to trigger that somehow. And what we're going to trigger that by is when we press this green button. So we're going to go to Events, and when the green flag is clicked, we are going to hide our little cat. We're going to go to Looks, the purple tab, and we're going to grab a hide flag, put it in here, and it'll clip on underneath like a puzzle. Hide that. Now, we're going to zero some of our variables. So we're going to set our steps to 0. So go to Variables, grab a set block, clip it to the bottom of hide. Now, we need to get some input from the user. So we're going to ask a question. We're going to go to Sensing. We're going to ask, how many steps should I grow by? And then we're going to wait for the user's answer. Once the user has answered, we're going to go back to Variables, and we're going to set our increase value to the answer that we just got. So we're going to go back to Sensing, we're going to grab the answer, plop it in there. We're going to go stay in Sensing, and we're going to ask another question because we need to work out how many degrees we need to turn. So we're going to ask, how many degrees should I turn? We're going to wait for the answer. Then we're going to go to Variables. We're going to set our degrees to the answer from that question. Now we've got our input, we are going to actually start using our pen. We're going to go to Pen. We're going to lift the pen up so we don't make marks before we're ready. We're going to erase all of our current pen marks. And we're going to go to the middle of our screen. So we're going to go to the Motion tab and grab a Go To command. It's going to go here and clip on just like that. That's going to bring our cursor to the very center of our screen. We now need to actually put our pen onto the paper. Clip that in the bottom by there. Now we're all set up and ready to start our loop. So what our loop is going to do is, if we go to Control, we're going to repeat until we fulfill a certain criteria. And the criteria that I'm going to use is touching edge. So if we go to Sensing and grab our very top one, which is touching, we're going to drag it into this little hexagon by here. Touching edge. Now, this is going to loop until we're touching the edge. So we're going to make a nice rainbow colored pen because I know Mike loves rainbows so much. So we're going to change the pen color by 10 on each loop. We're also going to go to Motion, and we're going to move and turn. And then finally, we're going to grab a variable, and we're going to change. You can see that this is all within that yellow repeat. Now, we're going to move by steps. We're going to turn by degrees. And then we're going to change our steps by by increase. Now you've got this all set up, you should be ready to go. So make sure that your code looks like mine and then hit the green flag. It's going to get rid of the cat and it's going to ask how many steps should I grow by. Let's try grow by 1 step and return by 25 degrees. You're going to see we're going to draw a nice spiral. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So there we go, we've drawn a spiral. So let's go again. Let's grow by 3 and let's turn 175 degrees. We're now going to do a really cool spiky thing. We've started making art using code. Have a play, put in different numbers and see what art you can get. Make sure you show Mike by sending to him on Twitter. And most importantly, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and you could even drop Mike a little subscribe. Thank you. Be a little bit Scoutadelic.